Hey guys, quick note before game note. Um, I basically sat here and made a reference about in OG, The Legend of Zelda, how you can sit there and do an easy and quick trick in on the Switch or on the Wii or Wii U. That's if you've never played it or whatever. I totally am forgetting what I had done, or not what I'd done, where I'd set it at. To be perfectly honest, and to be perfectly honest, I'm not saying I'm not saying I'm done playing Legend of Zelda, like OG The Legend of Zelda. Just that with the amount of problems that I've had, uh, with doing NES Zelda for you guys, it's gonna sit there and take me a little while to sit here and, you know, come back with the nostalgia and all. But I wanted to sit here and do this here for you guys, pre-video, and put this in before the video starts, so that when this point actually does come up, um, y'all will know what exactly I'm talking about. But this here is the tip, not tip, but the little trick that I think Nintendo kind of not overseen, but just had like a, we know what we're doing. We really don't care. But as you can see, I have the bombs, I have the one sword, I have 13 rupees. Now, what is there's a section here, and I'm literally playing off the same file. Okay. As you can see here, this is the money making game, and what you do is the guy said, I don't know what he says here in Japanese. For all you who do speak Japanese and who can read this, I do welcome you to either put in the comments what it actually says, translate says to English, or whatever. But with the money making game, you get presented 3 different rupees with -10. And what you do is you pick one. I'm not going to pick one now just because I've got 13 rupees. But you pick one, and it'll either come up with minus 10 or 50. I think 10 or no, actually I think at most is 40, minus 40 rupees. Or it'll have plus 10, 20, 40, or even, I think I've seen, if memory serves me right, I think there's a plus 50 there, and I believe there's a minus 50 as well. So what the little trick is for you to sit there and do, basically press easy button, is you get the bombs, you get at least 10 rupees. You go, and I'm going to sit here and select this one here. As you can see, I picked the right one. So sit there, exit, enter back in, and let's go for this one. So as you can see, I got -10. So what you do is you hit the things to bring up the rewind, go back a couple enough to where it's not selected. You select that one there, and you just sit there and you keep the process up. I just again picked the right one. You keep the process up and going up until you get the max amount of rupees. Now you'll sit here and see I've got 150, so that means I can sit here and go up here, and I can go up here, and get the get that there, go back down, and I can sit here and basically, you can sit there and, like I said in the video, you can sit there and keep this up. Keep this, you can literally keep this up. You can literally keep this up and get, get everything like probably within a 5-minute, if you hit start, it basically pauses everything. But you can sit there and basically literally keep this up. In fact, I think I have enough. If that's, yeah, I have just literally barely enough for the magical, shield. Anyways, that's the little trick, that I was talking about, that you're going to be seeing me talk about in the video. Like I said, I know I said I just can't remember. Like I said, I just can't remember when I had said it, and with how much trouble I've had getting this run to you guys, you'll probably see how much frustration, during the video. But with that being said, sit here and get on with the video. And there's only one little thing left to say, but hey guys, what is going on? I'd like to sit here and welcome you guys to The Legend of Zelda off the Famicom disk system. If you can look above me, you'll see that I am playing off the official Nintendo released Nintendo Switch controller. And well, like I said, this is Zelda Special. As you can see here, even though that I don't read Japanese, you can see that this, from what the American NES is, which I should hopefully have inserted at the end of this. I guess it talks about the game, when it released, and give. Hey, last break in this here. I just wanted to sit here, and before the actual game shows up, actual gameplay starts, I actually wanted to sit here and show you guys what the Switch NSO or Nintendo Switch Online actually shows. I'm sorry that you guys won't actually see my general reaction to this, because I'm an idiot. I actually muted my mic after the pre-game show, and I'm starting this, and I get to a point, I was like, wait, and then the neurons kind of sat there and connected. I was like, oh, okay. But anyways, this is what the American version of Zelda shows. As you can see, it says The Legend of Zelda, Nintendo released in 1987. Number of players 1. Playtime. I got up to playtime, and I said playtime, and I see 12 hours and 24 minutes. Wait, no. It doesn't take 12 hours and 24 minutes to sit there and complete The Legend of Zelda. In fact, you can actually see how long it took me. Yes, Halo Reach notification. This is a yay game. No matter how much irritation it gave me to actually give you guys this video. Anyways, and then the neurons sat there and actually connected. I believe playtime with the 12 hours and 24 minutes is actually saying how long it actually sat there and played, how long it was played for. That, like, for me, it was 12 hours and 24 minutes. Anyways, it says on here, if you have if you have me on, let's say Raycons or whatever, and you're not really watching, it says here, Ganon, the king of evil, has broken free of the dark world and has captured Hyrule's beloved Princess Zelda. But before she was captured, Princess Zelda managed to shatter the Triforce of Wisdom and scattered its 8 pieces throughout Hyrule. You begin your adventure by finding a small wooden sword in a dark cave. Then as you grow in stature, experience, and strength, so does your weapons. Help Link collect the captured pieces of the Triforce, rescue the princess, and thwart Ganon or Ganon's evil plans. But yeah, I just wanted to sit here and just break into here just before the game actually starts. So let's get back into The Legend of Zelda for the Famicom disk system, and conquered Ganon and the eight dungeons. They are called levels. Also, I also want to say here, and I don't think I actually mentioned this in the playthrough. Dungeon 3 has a particular map to it. Okay? Because of World War II and shitbags that still are here today, I just wanted to sit here and take this little time to actually say that, just to sit here and say that in The Legend of Zelda, in The Legend of Zelda Dungeon 3 with that particular map, as I've learned, it's that symbol. There's a symbol that is used in Japan that is supposed to mean luck, L-U-C-K. And that Nintendo, being a really great family-friendly video game company, I'm sure wouldn't really sit there and want to put such an evil image, like that into, their games. Granted, yes, there is Wolfenstein. I believe Wolfenstein 2 is on the Switch, and I believe the Wolfenstein games is on the Wii U. But I at least want to sit there and extend that to you guys, just in case any of you have never seen The Legend of Zelda, the original Legend of Zelda game, or never experienced it or whatever, and you came across this and you're like, oh my god, no. Just a little thing that I learned that I'd like to sit there and extend to you guys. To sit here and hopefully have you guys have just a little bit of knowledge. But yeah, let's get into The Legend of Zelda. Can we? Now, can I not sit here and break into this another time, please? This is an overview of it. So let's get into it. If you look above, I always found it funny that says the Hyrule Fantasy. And I'm assuming the Japanese there is The Legend of Zelda. So this basically goes over what is going on. Legend of Zelda. Long ago, Ganon, Prince of Darkness, stole Triforce of Power. Princess Zelda of Hyrule broke the Triforce of Wisdom into 8 pieces. Ganon, blah blah blah. All the treasures: heart container, fairy, clock, rupee, 5 rupees, life potion, second potion, letter, food, sword, white sword, magical sword, magical shield, boomerang, magical boomerang, bomb, bow, arrow, silver arrow, blue candle, blue ring, red ring, power bracelet, recorder, raft, stepladder, magical rod, Bible, key, magical key, map, compass, Triforce. I always found it funny that when it was ported over to the NES, that they switched Bible to magical book. So here's your typical, as soon as it loads up, here's typical 3 file select, 3 files, your name, kill mode. Kill mode is to delete the file. First one is to register the name. Now, getting started with the game, guys, I sit there and go for the wooden sword here. I assume that it's probably sitting here saying, the same thing that it says in the American version, which is it's dangerous to go alone, take this. So right here I learned a little trick from You Can Beat Video Games, which is a force bomb drop. Basically, you go over to this screen here without killing any enemies. And as you will sit here and see, I'm not lucky with it. You can sit there and basically reload and try this. It does work. I can verify it. I can sit here and verify the force bomb drop. Now, whenever I don't get it, which you're gonna see, whenever I don't get it, I like to go up one screen, take out those enemies, go over left, take out these moblins, and then go down one screen. Why I do that, if I don't get the force bomb drop, why I do this is because of how, like I said, you'll see in a couple seconds, but usually right there, usually why I do that is because usually can sit there and get a bomb from one of these 4 connecting screens. So here I'm just going back to the right. I'm going to sit here and take out these Octoroks. I believe that's their name. Grab the ferry, go over another screen, take out these enemies. Now, I don't get all the secrets in the secret monies or the secret rupees, mainly because I sit here and I forget exactly where they are. So what I sit here and I do, and this is a suggestion that I have if you're going to sit here and play NES or Famicom disk system of Zelda, is depending on the enemies and the screen, take out all the enemies. Okay, gonna have a chance that you're gonna sit there and have drop a rupee, 1 rupee or the 5 rupees. Okay, so here I'm just slowly moving over screen by screen. And whenever I go to a screen, usually, especially with the overworld here, I like to sit here and with the Octoroks there, just send out a beam blade. So even though that I kind of don't have my beam blade here, you kind of want to have a lot of caution, basically. Caution as in distance is key. Okay? And with getting the heart there, I'm just going to make my way up. After defeating these enemies, I'm going to sit here and make my way up to the other fairy fountain, which is right here. And then I'm just going to slowly kind of make my way back down to the left here, take out these, I think they're called tektites. Kind of remind me of the side hoppers from NES Metroid. Gonna go back, fill up my hearts. Trust me when I say this run, you're gonna see if this is a deathless run or not. But this run took me so many tries. And that shouldn't sit there and kind of clue you in if this is a deathless run or not. And yes, deathless runs are basically a pain in the ass to do. Because usually, especially with like NES games, they usually go down, it usually gets down to one stupid fucking mistake. One fucking mistake, and that, you dying, and that basically kills your deathless run. So here, I'm just gonna sit here and go down. I'm forgetting what these enemies are called, but these enemies here, unlike the orange and blue moblins, these enemies here, I would say, do the red ones, but don't do the blue ones until you get the upgrade sword. Okay, there's 3 swords in the game. There's the wooden sword that you're using. There's a magical sword. There's the magical sword, and then there is, it's the wooden sword, white sword, magical sword. So here I am simply gonna grab another, and with filling up my hearts and getting 2 hits, grabbing another heart. Now, always take the heart. Always take the heart. Never sit there and take the life potion, okay? Because if you do the trick, if you do the way you call it that I'm doing, which is killing off just about every enemy, and this is going to be like every enemy up until I'd roughly say Dungeon 6, Dungeon 7. Some enemies are just going to be a pain in the ass to do, because there's 2 if you have the wooden sword, and some enemies with even the white sword have 2 forms. So make your way around and up. Grab this letter. This letter is key with getting the potions. I'm calling them potions, even though that they're quote-unquote life potions. Taking out the enemies and just ending up about less than what I started with the screen. I think less than a half a heart. Sit here and be careful, but avoid the P-hats. Don't go into that tree. That's one of the money-making games, and there is a way to nerf it and not have to get any of the secret money. I might show it here. But if you're playing off the Switch, like I said, even the Wii or Wii U, there's an easy, basically, way of nerfing it, if you didn't know. So, gonna make the way up the stairs, take out them. You will see that there's a secret bombable area in there. I don't have any bombs, therefore I'm just ignoring it in its entirety. Grab the coin, there you go. And here's the cheapest cheapest candle there is. Again, if you do that, if you do that trick, then basically, like I said, you can just go anywheres and to sit there and get at any price. Hell, I'll have to sit here and maybe do a part 2 with the trick to see how many keys you can get or buy. How many keys you can sit there and buy with doing that trick. So, taking out those enemies, ignore the blue Lionel. Okay? If you get those 2 heart containers, you will have enough hearts to sit there and get the white sword here. I'm gonna sit here and make my way out and around. Down here you cannot go left because that is, well, that'll just repeat itself constantly, forever. It's not like the Lost Woods. You'll see the Lost Woods soon. But yeah. Yep. Now, going this ways, there's another bombable area there. It does medicine. One of the bushes there is burnable, but I believe that the burnable bush up one screen is a pay me for the door. You will see me actually do that by accident. So if you don't know, when you have the white sword, there are one hit enemies, 2 hit enemies, 3 hit enemies, and then I think the Lionels are 4. The red Lionels, I think, are 4 or 5, or 5 and 6 hit enemies. Once you get the white sword, from 2 up, every enemy in the outworld here goes down 1. So like the 2-hit blue Octoroks here, the blue versions of those enemies, they go from 2 to 1 hit. The 3-hit blue version of those enemies go down to 2. The orange go down from 2 to 1. But sit there and burn those bushes, get the 90 magical shield. They'll protect against just about everything. However, you're gonna probably, I believe with this run, you're gonna see me lose it. Cheaply lose it. So, in keeping up with killing the enemies, basically making my way over to the left here, take out these guys here. Gonna fill up my hearts. If you're cautious enough and you're trying to do a deathless run, you should sit there and be able to, like I said, with distance, you should be able to sit there and be able to sit there and you should, with some distance, you should be able to manage pretty good. Pretty much sit here and ignore any enemies I can't, or I could kill, but if they drop anything, can't get anything, or can't pick up the drops. Gonna sit here and kill these guys. Gonna select the bomb. Go over here, grab some more. Switch off mainly because I have a bad habit of actually sending out a fire or or setting a bomb when I didn't mean to or don't mean to. So here is the Lost Woods. Lost Woods here basically are, well, I'm gonna sit here and go get some more stuff, but with the Lost Woods there, it has a pattern. There's only 2 exits. Going left here, which will bring you over here, or doing this, basically the secret code. The secret code, which will let you out of the Lost Woods. So, since I am just about to the max rupees. Max rupees, by the way, is 255 in this game. Okay, which is a shame. It really is, because it if you know what I mean, especially being in the early game here. The early game for me is basically the time that you start the game up until you get to the first dungeon. Okay? And then the mid game is dungeons 1 to 8, and then the end game is basically the last dungeon against Ganon. And I will sit here and fully admit that yes, during this run and the NES cart of Zelda, I basically had a map of Dungeon 9 for me to sit here and get through it, mainly because every single time that I play Zelda and I get to Dungeon 9, I always get lost. By the way, I had enough rupees to sit here and get the blue ring. The blue ring, basically, think of it as defense. There's 2 defenses. Well, technically there's 3, I guess. You can kind of say and kind of argue that your green tunic and hat is level 1, and then the blue one is level 2, and the red one is level 3. But for me, I'm just going to call it as the blue ring and red ring being level 1 and level 2 defense, okay? Basically, it ups your defense from taking, let's say, with certain enemies that take a half heart, you'd have to get hit by them twice to get that half heart, and the enemies that would take a full heart would take a half of a heart. So here's how you get out into the other side of the Lost Woods. Go up left, down, left. Don't mess with them. I'm gonna sit here and mess with them because I kind of feel a bit cocky and ballsy to take on the Lionels here. If they hit you with their beams, they will take 2 hearts. Okay. I think I might get hit here. I don't. But it's still good. I think maybe in the NES play, I get hit by them. Avoid the genies. You'll see me eventually mess with them a little. Just for the rupees. Add distance here. Obviously using the magical shield. But add distance here. I am taking out these Lionels. There is, as you'll see, an opening here to get the medicine lady to sit there and do. Just select the map, hit B. I don't have enough rupees to sit there and get a medicine now. I know I'm going to sit here and repeat myself in the next in the NES Zelda, but if you get the red potion, when you buy the red potion, if you use one, and I think I actually do it, but if you use just one of the second potion, yeah, see, these guys here, they do half of a heart damage. But they do half of a heart damage, but seeing as I have the blue ring, they don't. Anyways, back to the potions. That if you buy the 68 rupee one and you use just one of them, you can sit there and go back to one of the potion shops, buy the blue potion, and it'll add to your potion. It'll add to the potion to sit there and make it from a 1-take potion to a 2-take potion. This is, yeah, that's one of the, that one there is one of the pay me for the door assholes, basically. I thought one of those was, but at this point I was like, it must be like a Mandela effect kind of thing, where it's not. None of those are a burnable bush. So in here to get, I believe the third and last 100 rupee things or secrets, which is in this bush right here. There's a 41, or not a 40, a 10, I believe, one right here. A 10 rupee right here. Yep, 10. There's another 10 one, which I don't think I did in this run. But here, I'm just traveling just a little bit more. In fact, I think in this run, I think I leave another easy like 10 or 20 or 10 or 30 secret. Go up in this area. To the left is dungeon 2. So why it's taking me so long to sit here and get into the first dungeon itself is, oh, so yeah, I do go and collect this one at least. Why? Okay, so why sit here and taking all this time to get to dungeon 1 and killing all of the enemies on the screen before, in the overworld on the screen? I think I actually do get this one here. But why I'm doing this is because, especially doing a deathless run, you want to. So yeah, I do get this one. Oh, it's a 31. So yeah, why I'm doing this is because it goes back to my suggestion of. It goes back to my suggestion that you want, before going into the dungeons, you want to sit there and set yourself up to make the first like 5-ish, maybe, yeah, I would say the first like 5-ish dungeons as easy as possible. I think there's a burnable bush, the bottom of the two there, but I think that one is a pay me for the door one, I think. So here I'm just, going around, gonna sit here, and I believe this is the point where I no, I think actually, no, I think this is where I'm gonna take the little time to go back to that shop there, because the shop where the blue ring was gotten to get the meat. I think that I think that I heard that when it comes up, when it comes up, I believe it's dungeon 7, I believe, where there's a moblin and it says something in Japanese, and I believe the person was saying that in Japanese it translates to from Japanese to English, I'm hungry or something, I think. And I believe they say the same video was saying that. So yeah, I am sitting here getting the meat. Also, I believe the same video was saying that the second controller there's a noise or something that like is supposed to simulate a stomach grumbling or something, maybe, I think. But yeah, now I have 115 rupees, and I'm just kind of slowly, if you know what I mean, slowly meandering to the first dungeon. Taking out these enemies to see if they drop anything. And go up. Take out these. Like I said, get the white sword, you get the blue ring. It's going to make the enemies, especially in the overworld here, much, much easier. So, here's Dungeon 1, the beginning of it. Kill that enemy, go in, leave, kill the enemy again. You don't need to kill the enemy, but whenever I do this, whenever I do a run, I always just go and kill the enemy and then re-enter, because this is another thing that I learned from the YouTuber You Can Beat Video Games, is when you go in and you go into level / dungeon 1, leave and go back, that door will be unlocked. Now, first things first is this room, you have to kill the keys to get the key. Normally, when you kill the keys, they don't drop anything. They will not drop anything. Take out those gyptos for another key. And kill the rest. And kill the rest to sit there and get whatever they drop. Go up here. Kill those gyptos for another, more drops. Over here. Kill these guys. Get the key. Go to the right here. You're gonna encounter keys? Yeah, keys. Ignore them. Ignore them. Kill whatever keys get in your way. Save a key. Bomb this wall. Switch over to the map so that I don't accidentally use any other bombs. Grabbed. These are those are another enemies called gels. And they don't drop shit. Again, ignore them. I'm forgetting what the full version of them are called. You'll see them in the later dungeon. But they don't give you shit. So again, ignore them. These, I think these are the bokoblins. With the orange bokoblins. There's orange versions and blue versions. The blue version's a little more tougher. So, the story, kill them, grab the key, go over, avoid the traps, grab the bow, exit here. Exit now. Normally people are going to sit there and say, activate the traps, and then go through the door. But if you line yourself up with the door and just simply hit right and hold right, like me, you can go through the door. You'll see me fail at that with the NES carts. Make your way back to this room, go right. I'm just going to call these guys the bokoblins. Kill these bokoblins. Grab the boomerang. I usually have the boomerang basically kind of up and ready to fire off. Normally you don't need to kill the master hands, but the master hands here, they drop stuff. So I like to sit here and just like kill all of them, for the drop. So unlock the door, go up against the first boss, which is Aqua Mantis, I believe, is this dragon's name, which is a cool name in my opinion. Grab the first, try a first fragment, and we have 2 keys and 7 bombs and 150 rupees at the end of level 1. So there are 2 spots in 2 different dungeons. Here I'm just going to kind of slowly make my way to dungeon 2, and I believe in this run I make a little side quest, because you got, unlike later games, as in A Link to the Past and Beyond, you do not get arrows. You have to buy the arrows. If you never played NES Zelda, you have to buy your arrows. Here I'm going to mess with the blue guys here, just because I mean they're a little bit more manageable, if you know what I mean, to take care of. So really, this is the first quarter? I thought this was the other 2 teams. Oh well. I have I'm assuming preseason for American football has started, and it's the Jets and the Browns, if you are curious. But anyways, yeah, in Famicom Zelda and NES Zelda, you have to sit there and buy your arrows, and whenever you fire off an arrow, it costs you 1 rupee. Which is why you want to sit there and basically kill every enemy on screen, just about every enemy on screen in the overworld. P-hats, which are those spinning enemies, floating spinning enemies, I just fuck them. Not like an upcoming enemy. Not an upcoming enemy. Fuck them, but fuck them, ignore them. They take too long to sit there and stop for you to kill. So level 2, 2 keys, 162 rupees, 8 bombs, I believe. Go into this room, defeat the ropes. Another really easy enemy to sit there and just take out. Take out those ropes, come in here, take out these enemies, these ropes. Don't bother with that room there. I think it's just one of the old men, giving you advice. Go in here. Again, ignore the gels. Ignore any gels unless they get in your way, then just kill them. Grab the compass, go up. Here's some more red bokoblins. Usually you'll get lucky if one of them is like the leader of the room. Kill him, kill them all, and they'll do drops. Grab the map, go in there, again, ignore the gels, grab the map, get out, go up, defeat the ropes here, get whatever pickups. If you're lucky, in just about any dungeon, grab the clock. It stops everything in that room. So go in here, try your best, and I try my best and defeat the blue bokoblins. I get the magical boomerang. The regular boomerang just goes a little ways. The blue one goes full screen. Defeat this thing. Grab the key. There's some bombs in here if you need them. The boss of this dungeon slash level. The boss of this dungeon slash level is a Dodongo, therefore gotta sit there and place it in front of them, let them swallow the bomb and blow up in their thing. Two of them will sit there and take out their the Dodongos. So sit there and take out the bokoblins, the orange bokoblins. Releases the door. Up here is the boss, the Dodongo. Looks like it's about the same size as Link. And no, you cannot damage the Dodongo with the sword. Grab the second piece of the Triforce and end this level with 206 rupees, 3 keys this time, and 6 bombs. So, next up is Dungeon 3 of the mid-game. Like I said, pre-game, or beginning of the game, or yeah, I'm just gonna call it the what did I call it? The early game? I'm just gonna call it, the early game for me is any and all areas before you go into a dungeon. Once you go into the dungeon, for me, or once I go into the dungeon, it's the mid game. It's a mid game. It's the mid game, and then you've got your end game again. So, since I have the magical boomerang, sit there and take out those 2 enemies, get whatever they drop. In fact, I might be confusing the Japanese and American playthroughs of Zelda 1. Here, I think I actually wait until like dungeon 4 to get the arrows. So, as per usual, sit there and kill every enemy, get whatever they drop. Last Voyage of the Dementor. Huh. Sounds interesting. So here and just, I'm just sitting here making the slow trek to dungeon / level 3. Like I said, I always sit here, in the overworld. I usually sit here and try to send out a beam blade, just in case I can sit here and catch an enemy. Basically loading up. Like that. So I'm in the area of level / dungeon 3. And after taking care of those moblins, go over here, take out Spider Dude here. Utterly miss him. And utterly get hit twice. And here is dungeon / level 3. Now, this is the enemy I was talking about. That the gels, if you have the white sword, or no, not the white sword, if you have the wooden sword, those are the enemies that the gels will go from. I believe they're called Zool, or Zoos, Z-U-U-S, or something. I might be confusing. That's a little odd. Anyways, I think I might be confusing Ghostbusters and Zelda for a little. But here are the red dark nuts. There's a room that's coming up that if you get, there's the what do you call it? Here I just kind of activate the trap because I kind of figure I was going to get hit either way. But here you have to sit here with this room. You have to take care of the red dark nuts before opening the door below there in order to get the next dungeon item. The next dungeon item being the next dungeon item is down those stairs in this room. I usually will try to at least get 1 or 2 of the red dark nuts. Just to sit here and see if one of them will drop if I don't get too badly damaged. And with that, at one point, as soon as I started getting hit, I was just like, fuck it. Take them all out. You just get bombed. Usually you might get lucky enough where you get the stopwatch, which would sit there and stop all of them for you to easily take out. Now, here, go up 2 rooms, grab the key. Grab the key if you can avoid the those bubbles which take away your ability to use your sword. Kill the 2 blobs, I'm just going to call them. Now, with that, go down and go left. Or not left. Go down and right 2 rooms back to where this room here where you face the 3 red dark nuts. Do not use a key on that door there. You don't need to. Save the keys. I forgot how many keys we had starting, and rupees and bombs I had. I am going to try to like say, what had starting off and what I have at the end. Here, this is another room where the other room where I was talking about, where in certain rooms you have to defeat all the keys to get a key, or as soon as you go in, you'll have the door closed and you have to defeat all the keys before you can exit the room. Take that, you old shit, because you had taken money from me because I accidentally burnt down your door. So, yes, if you haven't guessed it already, this is the quote-unquote infamous dungeon map. Place a bomb here to get to the boss without going into the other rooms. I am, however, going to do that still. But as I understand that this symbol actually means... I rarely get that. I literally rarely get a one-hit kill with a bomb. But anyways, as I was saying, I believe in Japan this symbol means luck. L-U-C-K in Japan. So here are the dark nuts in the room just below where I bombed it. At this point, I mean, I haven't gotten the Triforce yet, so I mean, getting hit, especially here, isn't that big of a deal. Because once you acquire the Triforce bit, then it fills up your heart and you're good to go. Dungeon 3 done at max rupees. Have 5 keys and max bombs, which is 8 at this point. It will be higher at Dungeon 5, which this is a run where I know where it is, I just forgot where it was, and it wasn't until I think Dungeon 6 where I literally go back to Dungeon 5 just to get the bomb upgrade. Figure I kind of want to, get to Dungeon 4 just to sit here and get, because, well, I'm at max bombs, I'm at max rupees. There's really no reason to continue. Here's a previous room where you gotta sit there and defeat all the keys in order to get a key. If you're cautious enough, and you should. Here's one of the other enemies I was talking about, where it's the blue hoppity part. I stupidly used a key. Or no, actually no, I didn't stupidly use a key. I used the key to sit there and get the compass. Just for you guys to see. The design, you'll see, I basically go through a lot of the what do you call it, to sit there, with no trouble. So sit there and go up. Got hit by them keys, blue keys. Here I just kind of screw around a little, just to, because every time I come into this room, I keep thinking and forgetting that the room here gives you something when it absolutely doesn't. So I'm just basically wasting time for nothing. Here are some of those zoo enemies. Like I said, got the white sword, take them out. because those will sit there and drop something. That's another key door that you do not want to open. It leads to nothing. So what I'm trying to do and failing at is, you can kind of see there and somewhat there, if you hit those enemies, it'll send them back. Once they get or start to get sent back, throw your boomerang and you should be able to nail both keys. Without really any hassle. So the last enemy that I defeated is called a like Like. If you allow them to swallow you, they'll hold you there and they will eat your magical sword. Back down to the stupid small sword. Exit to the left, go up. That's the key door you want to go in. Ignore those enemies, go up and around, because this is one of those big blocky kind of pool kind of things that you cannot go by. So there you'd be opening a door just for absolutely nothing. Bomb there, bomb up there, you'll be able to grab some coins. Bomb there, bomb there. Reselecting the boomerang, because again, I don't want to be accidentally dropping a bomb or anything. Grab the key, go to the right, and you will have to mess with these enemies in order to get to the dungeon boss. And this is an enemy that nicely carried over into 3D. You will see in a second. And with this, push. Here's the NES version of the Gliak. It's two-headed, and this is the first time. Sit there and face off. Grab the heart, go up, grab Dungeon 4's piece of the Triforce. Yeah, I'm a tryhard. Tryhard at what? Tryhard at everything, sir. Sorry. Okay, now it's time to grab the last two heart pieces, and grab the last sword upgrade. Slowly make the way back this way. This actually is the time when I get the arrow, where I buy the arrow. I know I think here in the Famicom playthrough you won't see me get lost, and spoilers, you will see me get lost in the NES cart of Zelda. Since I have max rupees, I ain't gonna sit there and find out if that's a pay me for the door or here are some rupees. Spilling popcorn all over myself. Again, forget that. Gotta go down. Go to the right. Right again. Go up. And here are the arrows that you have to buy. They are 80 rupees. So, since that costs money, you can go back to killing every single enemy on screen in the overworld. Since got the ladder, you can grab that heart piece. Up, kill these guys. Up one more, kill this guy. Go all the way. I cannot believe I somehow missed that there. Grab the last outstanding heart piece. Since got the bracelets, can use the waycuts that's in the game. Take out these guys. Simply, come on, there you go. Got one. Here's a cookie. Thank you, sir. I'm diabetic. Sorry. I am diabetic. Anyways, take out these blue guys. Daba dee, daba die. Take out the red guys here. Go up here and ignore the P-hats. Push that. Use that to... Basically using this to go here. Go back to this location. Go down. Go over. Go left 2 screens. There's one. Fire one off to nothing. Go over here. So here I am getting the magical sword. And figure try to get one of these genies about there. You really, if you got enough hearts, you can take the hits. If you got, I should say, if you have the blue ring, if you have the blue ring and the magical boomerang, you could just kind of take the few hits. It's the difference between Zelda and Metroid, where in in Metroid you're trying to complete Metroid to get one of 3 endings. In Zelda, it doesn't matter how many how much time it takes you to sit there and complete the game, or even how many deaths you have to complete the game. You still get the same ending. That's literally the only difference between NES Zelda 1 and, well, I should say any Zelda and Metroid. So there is one, I believe this is this is the one where I was just like, do I really want to go in there and try to shoot for the other location? It's the one where the 2 P-hats are. So here I'm kind of messing with these enemies here before going to Dungeon 5, because these blue ones are now a one-hit enemy. A lot of people, when they sit there and they talk about Zelda, they always, HP, your HP is at this, your enemy's HP is at this, especially on the overworld. No. I'm trying to make it a little bit more simplified, that 1 heart, 2 hearts, 3 hearts, 10 hearts, 20 hearts, or when you get hit, you sit there and you lose half a heart, full heart, 2 hearts, this, that. That's the area that I was telling you basically repeats, that you basically gotta sit there and go up, I think 5 times in order to get to dungeon / level 5. Now, Pole's voice in the Super Famicom version. If you're playing the original version of Pole's voice, then, or the original Super Famicom disk system, the actual original one, as you can see there, arrows do nothing, and you're just wasting your money. Select. There you go. Don't be a dumbass. Anyways, in the original Famicom disk system version and original Famicom version, the second player had a speaker in it. If you yelled or said anything, then all the Pole's voice would just get killed, basically. So, kill those Gibdos, accidentally go in here, but makes no difference, because by there you should have 7, 8 keys. Go right here, bomb the wall, kill these Gibdos. As I'd said, Dungeon 5 here has the bomb upgrade. Pay 100 rupees, get the bomb upgrade. And it also has a dungeon item. As I said, I totally blanked on where it is, which is usually typical. But here are the blue dark nuts. They get 2 hits to take down, yet they're a little bit more tougher and random. In my opinion, they're a little bit more tougher and random with their patterns. The orange dark nuts, or the orange dark nuts, have become a 2-hit enemy to a 1-hit enemy, as you'll see later on. So here, after taking the stairs there, and up here, make the right, take out these blue dark nuts. If you have unlike me, if you have a potion on you, which you'll probably, I think in this run, you'll probably see me do, just sit there and take the hits, and to sit there and defeat them. Again, that's if you have a potion, a potion or two, and if you seeing it, if you're doing that trick that I showed, if I showed it, then you sit there and won't have to worry about money, and you can just keep on buying them. Yes, it could be considered cheating and completely nerfing the game, but I'd say, I mean, if you're a brand new player and you want to basically press the easy button, that's the way to go. I would say that is the way to go. Kill the Gyptos again. Go over here. Grab, kill these Gyptos. Shame that they didn't, shame that they didn't, use the Stalfos in the later game here. If you're lucky enough, this might be... No, this isn't the playthrough where I do it. Use a key, go up here, grab the map. If you're lucky enough in stunning the dongles there after dropping a bomb, then you could kill them with, especially with the magical sword. You can, I think, 1 or 2 hit them. So after going in that there, and in here, grabbing or killing these enemies just for the rupees. Up here, kill the Gyptos after going in here, forgetting that that's where the map was. Grab the key, and I think here, I was just kind of thinking, geez, there's the bomb upgrade. The bomb upgrade. Where is the bomb upgrade? Make my way all the way back this way's here. Defeat the blue dark nuts here. And because I think here I then remembered that it was the bombable at the eye. Oh. And yes, I do have a big tub of popcorn to watch, or to at least watch as I play this. And yes, I do somewhat remember Yeah, it actually is. Yeah, I totally forget. I literally totally forgot while playing this. It wasn't to the left. It wasn't the left wall. It was the right wall where you're supposed to bomb for the bomb upgrade. Did kind of like I do kind of I will say I don't know what it says. I'll even once I get there, I'm sure if you do speak Japanese, I'm sure you're probably gonna tell me, hey, it says this. But I do like how in the American version, which you will see, I do like that the guy says, I bet you want some more, I bet you want more bombs, or I bet you want a bomb upgrade. Which you will see what he actually says in the American version of Zelda. So, as I sit here and I try to figure out what I'm doing. Eventually you see me pull down the map, and it's sitting there basically clicking in my head of where the bomb upgrade is, because not entirely it's obvious where the bomb upgrade is, but it's not obvious, if you know what I mean. So after taking out the pole voice, give those, and I think keys, and just to give those, and going here, I don't speak Japanese, and fuck you, dude. Take another sword to the chest or face. Colonel. No, not Colonel Sanders. So, taking out the Pole's voice, try and give me some, what do you call it? And I think here, I don't do it here because I was just flummoxed with where the what you call it was. So max rupees, 7 keys, 7 bombs. So I'm just making my way back, or making my way over to Dungeon 6. And screw the Zora. Screw that Zora. As making the way, I decide, fuck it, to stay here and bomb that. Go and grab some medicine. Should be able to buy dungeon / level 7 I should be able to get back up to 200 for the 100 bomb upgrades. There we go. And so again, just slowly and kind of methodically making my way to Dungeon 6, which is around where the graveyard is, where the magical sword sits. Screw that guy. Get these guys. Get hit a metric shit ton. And wish I would have killed that Zora. Take out these two guys. So dungeon / level 6 is about where you want to sit there and start considering about carrying a medicine. The second, like I said, the second life potion is where you want to sit there and consider to start really having the red second life potion. Okay, why is because Dungeon 6, 7, and 8 is where everything starts to really, in my opinion, Dungeon 6, 7, 8, and 9 is where it just keeps ramping up the hardness. Okay. And dungeon, I believe, I think Dungeon 6 is where we meet up with the first and probably only enemy where I will openly say, fuck the whiz ropes. Fuck them hard. The blue ones and the orange ones. I can already hear I can already kind of hear a friend be like, okay, so show me on the little link doll where the whiz ropes touched you. Sorry. We have pretty bad sense of humor at times. So take on those whiz robes, grab the key, go left, go up. Was lucky again in getting the master one that kills them all. Take out these guys. Basically need to sit there and kill these keys to open up the door. Open up the door and to open up the door and go up. Grab the key, go up even more. I believe here is where I lose. Nope. I know in the American NES cart, or sorry, I know that in the American NES run, I lost one. I lost it and had to go buy another. And it's not there, but it's here where you want to bomb. Avoid this room. You can avoid the top room, which has another Gliok in it. Fuck these guys. Fuck them hard. Because these guys are some assholes. Down to 1 heart. Really want to sit here and keep up this deathless run. It's why, like, up to level 6 here, from dungeon / levels 1 to 5. That's 1 TOFIVE. From dungeons / levels 1 TO5. You don't really need to be as careful, as cautious as possible. However, with levels 6 to 9, 6 TO to 9, is when you want to sit here and start to be a little bit more conservative, cautious, you know, not be as brazen and careless as you kind of could be, kind of can, you know, because a lot of the enemies in levels / dungeons 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, they're not as hard, like, especially like level / dungeons 1 and 2, maybe 3, or, you know, that they're kind of relatively easy. So have the magical sword, the map, the compass, and with the magical sword, those enemies become one-hit enemies, and when they become the one-hit enemies, they will drop shit for you. Huzzah! Yep, you can't see it. Nope. Actually, no, I got out in time there. I think. So there's a little trick here that I learned from somebody a different place, but if you get hit by the bubble, it takes away your ability to use the sword for a couple seconds. However, if you use the whistle, you should basically see me use it either in this playthrough or the American playthrough. You should be able to, when using the recorder, it'll take up the time for you to sit there and be able to use the sword again. So yeah, no, don't use your away cards because they will sit there and use up rupees. And I used that a little too early, but as you can see there, as soon as I used it and got done, I was able to use the sword. That one was relatively easy. I don't know why, but those fucking bubble things at times, and you cannot tell me any different, but those fucking bubbles things seem to want to stick on me like, you know, like white on rice, fucking, you know, paper plate in a snowstorm, whatever. Fuck these Riz robes, just go. And here is this enemy that you do need the bow and arrows with. And if I could just stop using the arrows, just kind of take the somewhat take the hit if you need to, and if you can, shoot it into the eye when the eye's open. And here I'm just kind of trying to figure out where exactly, if I'm in the right area or right dungeon for the bomb upgrade. And then I think it then dawns on me that it is in dungeon 5. Here I think I'm actually smart enough. Basically I got water in here. A giant $15 Walmart thing. It's not a Walmart thing, it's the makers, I think, or the company is called Bubba, B-U-B-B-A. Yeah, here is where I'm just picked the wrong one, get this one. And I think here I just kind of figure, instead of just going closer, I'll just make my way back to level / dungeon 9. Starting kind of with level / dungeon 7. Starting to kind of approach, when you're playing, in my opinion, level / dungeon 7 and 8 is approaching the end game. For me, end game is when you're done with all 8 dungeons and you're going, and yeah, here is where it kind of, I check the map. I'm checking the map. I'm looking at it. I'm like, and then it just clicks in my head, and it dawns on me. Oh yes, that's right. And it literally takes me like takes a couple seconds to sit there and for it to click and be like, oh yes, that's right. There is, that one room, which I basically kind of flub. Like, it clicks, but it doesn't click, you know? We'll spend just a little bit more time in dungeon / level 5. Of course, now I'm kind of wondering if you can sit there and bomb that one wall. But here I'm just, again, taking out the red dark nuts here. Kind of figure, screw it. Kind of buy. I'm kind of buy. And I think now when I look at the map that it finally clicks, and I was like, oh yes. Oh, it's over there. You gotta access it through here. make the way back down. Take out these Gibdos. Try to fill the health back up. Again, just sit here and try to get a heart drop or a fairy drop. Every 10th enemy has the bomb, which apparently is if you drop a bomb and it kills, if you kill 9 enemies and you kill 1 enemy with a bomb, then that enemy will be a bomb. But make the way back to this room, get the key. Thankfully there was no keys in this room, and place the bomb there. There you go, smartass. And here's the text I was talking about. Pay 100 rupees. Pay 100 rupees and you get 4 more bombs. Now, just simply exit. Simply exit. Now, with that, I think I want to say, I think here, it's either here or in my NES cart of Zelda playthrough, that I bought another thing of potions, killed some genies, relatively got back up to 100 rupees. Both playthroughs, spoilers. I did have to leave. Have to leave to like get potions and refill health. In case I didn't say this before, earlier in the video, getting to dungeon / and yeah, I did pick up a thing here. I have lucky number 69. But I don't know, I think I said this earlier in the video and this was really weird, where I don't know what happened there. I have absolutely no idea. I did not pause the video. I did not pause the recording at all. This is, when I say this is a straight playthrough, this is an honest to God straight playthrough. I have no clue, no explanation of what happened there. But anyways, beginning of the video. I don't know if I said this. I think I did. But because I get so lost in Dungeon 9, past couple times when I ran Zelda here, and yes, Zelda, or I'm just to lump both NES and Famicom Zelda. I'm just gonna call this OG Zelda. But whenever I would, the past couple times when I did an OG Zelda run, I did actually have a dungeon slash level 9 map up, just, because, like I said, the times I didn't, I've literally found myself at Ganon without the red ring and without the silver rings, or the silver arrows. Without the red rings and the silver arrows. Here, actually, I think I took... So yeah, here I'm actually just taking the chance in killing the enemies that will drop stuff. Enemies that will drop stuff, to see if I get the 14 rupees that I would need, that I'll need, to get the second upgrade. Level 7, so there's 5 of them. Keys, they basically don't give shit, as I've said. They're the one of 2 types of enemies that just doesn't give anything. Anyways, the other bomb upgrade is, even though that's a little bit of a pain in the ass to do or to get, easy to run to. That was the other trick that I learned from You Can Beat Video Games, where if you drop a bomb and blow the whistle, place the bomb and have that thing, or place the bomb, around the middle of that thing and blow the whistle. When the whistle gets done, the time for the bomb will get done, and that thing will sit there and what do you call it, where it gets damaged. I have absolutely no idea what this guy says, obviously. Not obviously, but as I said, I don't speak Japanese. And I will say, so happy I wouldn't. As, in fact, because it's night, and I'm a total fucking dumbass turning on the light to at least have some brightness here so you can see me, because I'm a dumbass. And to be perfectly fucking honest with you, to be perfectly and absolutely fucking honest with you guys, with how much trouble I've had recording just gameplay and doing this here, where I have the video up so that I can commentate to you guys and get this done for you guys, you would not believe the amount of fucking trouble I had. I'm not doing this again. I am not going to do this again. With like 50 some odd times, as you can see there, I stunned the Dodongo and was able to kill him with the magical sword. The other 2 I can't, so I just killed them the other way. But like I said, like 50 fucking times, just trying to sit here and record the gameplay, and then additionally, like, 3 or 4 times just trying to sit here and do this, where I have the video playing and me commenting is so much fucking trouble. Anyways, as you'd seen, I got the other upgrade. Um, by level 8, these all the keys that you'll have that I've collected, you'll see by level 8 won't mean shit. I went on a tangent. I totally forgot what I was talking about. So after doing all that, after getting the upgrade, the next what do you call it? Next room here is where no, not this. No. It is, that's right. It's over one screen and up one screen, where it will be where you can use the meat to get past. Huh. Sorry. A show with the actor Jesse, I think his last name is Martin. The guy he was on Law and Order, and who played West in The Flash. But like I said, I just fucking hate those bubble things because they seem to stick on me. They seem to stick on me where they just do not want to let go. Just let me pass, please. I think here I think here in Dungeon 6 I got, oh no, Dungeon 7. I think here in Dungeon 7 I got a little confused as to where to go again. Oh, water. Yeah, like I said, I got water in here. It's a little cumbersome in a way to sit there and drink out of. It does make for a nice thing. It does make for a nice thing if you want to do coffee. Sit there and put the coffee in, then put the creamer to fill up. As I said, it sits there and makes for nice water. It's supposed to do hot things hot and keep cold things cold, kind of thing, and it does work with coffee, like I said. Excuse me. So, get a little, got that from, by the way, I got that from Walmart for, I think, like $14.99 with tax. But, sit there and get the red candle. The red candle, unlike the blue candle, will send out as many fires as your heart desires. So, all of you pyromaniacs, have fun with it. I again, like I said, I kind of blank on I kind of blank on where to go, and then it kind of just dawns on me at one point where to go. Oh, I think that's what I was gonna say was so happy that I had a couple extra bucks to go to an actual Japanese, restaurant. Got myself a nice teriyaki chicken box, which tasted really good, and some nice spicy tuna rolls. They're spicy tuna sushi rolls. Or are they sushimi? I think they were just sushi rolls. Spicy tuna sushi rolls. Again, both being really good. But yeah, like I said, with Dungeon 9, I just Dungeon 8. With Dungeon 9, with Dungeon 9, like I said, I've actually managed to sit there and actually find myself actually facing Ganon without the red ring, without the silver arrows, even without getting the map or compass. That I just, there's Ganon. Obviously I failed hard. Here, gotta sit there and defeat the Master Hands with these bubble things, and again, this is one of the areas where I, have talked, excuse me, where I've talked about where these fucking bubble things like to hang all up in my fucking ass. If you're not careful and you get caught by one of the Master Hands, they will bring you right back to the beginning. You have to do all of this over. But thankfully, I was able to get enough of a clearance from the bubbles to sit there and take out all the Master Hands to push that block to go down the stairs, go up these stairs to bomb the one area to sit there and face off against. After the red and blue bokoblins. The second appearance of... Really? Oh wow. It's Aqua Mantis. Sorry, like I said towards the beginning, I have a Jets Cleveland game on. I think this is preseason. I think preseason for American football has started, and they're showing off chances of winning the AFC East, and it was the Bills with 43, Dolphins with I think 36, I think the Jets with 26 or 20 something, and then the Patriots at the bottom with 13 as they figured. I don't have the sound on, so I don't know how exactly that was figuring, but that was the and obviously they had the quarterbacks for the Bills, the Dolphins, the Jets, and the Patriots. I just find that a little funny that, like, the Patriots are, once up here and basically, hated by the entire NFL fan base, except for the Patriots fans, to down here in last place. Okay, so with basically I'm making my way, by the way, I'm making my way slowly to a few screens over, to the last dungeon before the end game. It's halftime right now with Jets, Cleveland. The Browns-Jets game where it's the Jets 16 and I think Cleveland either had 13 or 3. So, yeah, by the way, getting back to the game that you're actually watching. Getting back to the actual game you're watching. Sorry. Not to bore you with what's over there with what is on. All these enemies, basically, except for all the enemies, I should say, except for the blue and red Lionel. Well, no, even the red Lionel. From the red Lionels and others, except for the blue Lion. Yes. All of the enemies except for the blue Lionels are all one-hit enemies. Don't get me wrong, the red Lionels will still do you some damage, especially with the blue ring here. Okay? Especially with the blue ring, the red Lionels will still do you some decent damage. Damage being like, I think 1 or 2 hearts. I think 1 heart. They'll still do like one heart, and then the blue Lionels will sit there and still do you some like 2 hearts. So here is where you literally need to be as cautious as possible. Level 8 and level/dungeon 8 and level/dungeon 9. You need to be as cautious and as careful as possible. Okay? Because you see, was that full health? Still minus 1 heart, but still at full health. You've seen how quickly my hearts kind of went down with just the blue dark nuts. So, sitting here, sitting there making my way cautiously, somewhat guns a-blazing, cautiously guns a-blazing, I should say. I'm making my way up to the top. The top there. Try and take out some of the blue dark nuts before having to go there. Kind of have let's try to get a better. And obviously this is going to look like the rope, the enemy of the rope. The all key. Again, I don't really know exactly what went on there. Here, just because I want to play it cautiously, I'm going to go up and then I think I use the other, and I just get the I think I use the other potion. It's either in this playthrough. I use the other potion to sit there and get to fill up, and then I just get the second potion to go through, or I think I can't remember, to be perfectly honest. Anyways, in here you can just, you know, kill all the, as per usual, kill all the enemies, get the key. With 4 keys still remaining, you get the all key. I forget exactly. I think it's called the magical key or something, but it's the all key. Basically, it replaces your keys, and you can unlock every single door in the game now. That's basically what it does. I'm not saying it's a useless. I'm not saying it is a useless item. But then again, when you get to this point of the game, especially when you have like at least 4 keys, the whole key thing basically kind of becomes utterly useless. Basically. Take care of this other blue Goma. Take massive hits and use up a bunch of arrows, which is using up a bunch of don't know what this guy says. Can hear the boss in the next room. But yeah, NES Zelda, I know there's a lot of people who can, and you know, I'll fully admit this, it's not my smoothest run of the game. Yeah, here's where I use the other potion, and then just go and grab the 2 potion 1 later on. Kill those enemies. Grab that. Just for a useless key. Yeah, sure, just waste bombs. not like you'll need them. So I think it is. Well, there's the don't ask me why I did that. I still don't know why I signed out the what do you call it there. But at this point, I was like, you know what? Just to be cautious, go fill up your hearts. Take a little trip to the beginning. Again, don't grab that key, because once you have the all key, it's useless. However, I am forgetting just one item. I am, however, close to a fairy fountain. Close to a fairy fountain and a medicine shop. One that I did not open up in the NES cart version of Zelda. And yes, want to sit there and basically make sure I have a deathless run. I want to sit here and be as cautious as possible. As cautious and as cautious and as careful as I can be. I'll just have something fill out today, so red pen should, I should say, later on today after this. I think, yeah, that's right. I think I open up the, and like I said, as you could see there, I think actually they do a half heart. I got hit 3 times. But that's right. Yeah, yes, that's right. I think I open up that particular medicine shop after 8, I think. Never want to have the, well, let me rephrase this. You don't want to have the medicine up unless you actually need the medicine, okay? Because even if you don't need a fill, even if you don't need to fill up your hearts, oh yes, here is where I open it up, and I think I go over. Is here where I go over to? Yeah, here's where I go and go in there, and yes, anyways, you never want to have, I don't want to say never ever, but you don't want to have your medicine selected in this game, because if you have it selected and you are filled like this, well, if your hearts are filled and you don't need any medicine at all, then it will still use up the medicine. That one of 2 medicine, you know, if you have the second medicine where, you know, the red one, you'll sit there and use the one. You'll sit there and use the one, turning it to blue. Again, unintentionally using it. So here I'm just going to the right again. First, because I'm thinking this is where I totally forgetting that this has 2 that this has 2 items in it. Like dungeon / level 9 that has 2 items. But this is in the Japanese. This is the Japanese version. It's called. They call this Bible. Basically, I don't sit here and actually use either playthrough. The wand that you get, I think from Dungeon 7, I believe. The wand that the wand that I believe you get from Dungeon 7, I believe 7. It'll sit there and shoot out a what do you call it? A beam, kind of like the whiz robes. But when you get the Bible or the magic book, as it's called on the NES cart, when you send out that beam, it'll sit there and light up any dark room, causing damage to basically certain enemies. Not all enemies. I think the Dark Nuts are invincible. Here, I basically have a fuck it moment. Just go. Don't sit there and don't sit there and screw with those enemies. The enemies that get in the way, like these Poles voice. Like the Pole's voice. Don't bother going into the room that's going to open up because you need to sit there and bomb the top ceiling there. No, dumbass. Dumbass, you're gonna have to sit there and battle some more enemies in the dark for a useless key. And you're taking damage, dumbass. Are you happy? Yes, I am calling myself a dumbass. I don't know what this guy says. If you'd like to say what he says, please, if you do speak Japanese and you know what he says, please, by all means, let us know. Here we go. Bomb here. And the final appearance of the Gliok with 3 heads. No, 4 heads. 4 heads this time. Got 1 heart. Don't want to risk getting a death in a deathless run. However, I believe here in my NES playthrough, you just see me do that, where I just go up. I'm at full health, take the damage, get the heads out, kill the enemy, get the heart, and get the last Triforce piece. Every Triforce piece will sit there and fill your hearts up. Remember that. I have no idea why I went back into Dungeon 8. But now is the end game. So I'm gonna sit here and kind of make my way back up, because realistically speaking, all you need, well, not all you need, but you need to try first. You need to sit there and have the items, and obviously get the items, but when you're in Dungeon 9, the final dungeon, all you really need is just basically 1 rupee, you know? 1 single rupee, because once you go up against Ganon, then, you know, and get him to the specific, what do you call it? Here I try and get medicine. I look to see if I have it or not, and I realize I am too shy. So sit here and make my way over here. Get these enemies. I think I get a 5 spot from one of the enemies here. Yep, I get a 6. I get 6 rupees. So sit there and make my way up, by the potion. Take the potion off. I can do this. I will do this eventually. Because as I said, you don't want to make the mistake of using the potion to sit there and... There you go. Or I should say, there I go. Just take out a few enemies here. Forget that Piat. Grab the stopwatch. Like I said, whenever you get the stopwatch, grab it. It pauses all the enemies. And you can't really sit there and take damage. Blast a hole here. And here we are in Dungeon 9. Fun fact, if you go to Dungeon 9 before going into any other dungeon, there'll be a guy in here saying that you need to Triforce to sit there and continue forward. And no, you cannot continue forward. So, simple right, up, defeat these guys. Sit there and access the stairs here. Get rid of any of the keys that get in your way. Destroy the likes here. Destroy these enemies, realize that I'm going the wrong way. Got another 5 spots. Realize that I'm going, after looking at the map, I kind of realize I'm not going the right way. Now you're supposed to go left. Not left, right. You're supposed to go right. And down here. Down through this. Destroy the orange and blue whiz robes. I do the potion here because I'm low in health. I want this far. I want to be as cautious as possible. Make sure that I don't. I repeat, I don't want to die. Grab the compass. Kill the like. Can't kill anything else. Make a right. Go right. Good thing about the Petras there, once you kill them, you don't need to re-kill them. If you exit the dungeon. Here I'm just sort of kind of taking the hits. Get bombs. And realize I didn't put it in the right area. Another one of them kind of hold, and yes, use another potion. Fill up the hearts. And yes, I am going to be no, is it man, the both playthroughs of the Famicom disk system and the and got the map and the NES cart are really bleeding through from one to the other. Alright, not bleeding through, bleeding between each other. Got some more assholes here to take care of. And blowing the whistle. And have the red ring now. And no, this is not the red ring of death. This is the red ring of defense, which basically knocks down your defense, or knocks up your defense and knocks down your damage, I should say, even more. Damage intake. So Petras are gone. Go up to this. I went up here. Bomb here. And I think at this point, yes, I think at this point, just to ensure the deathless run, just to ensure the deathless run, I exit to sit there and basically try and get 60 or no 54, yeah, 54, at least 55 rupees, because again, once if you're cautious enough and if you're cautious enough and you if you're cautious enough and prepared enough, you should sit there and only need 1 rupee when you get to Ganon, because you just need, once he turns red, you just sit there and send one arrow to him and he dies. By the way, that cave there is another medicine shop. If you have 68 rupees, or to use just one, just to sit there and get use 40 to sit there and just get the 1 to make it a 2. But I think here I just try to figure, sit here and try out, and it's pretty lucky in catching that one specifically as a 30. Even though that I know I said earlier in the video that I thought it was a pay me for the door. But sit there and just sitting here, trying to doing what I've kind of been doing, and just kill every enemy on screen. Sit there and get something, hopefully something. And in all honesty, both my runs here, in the Famicom version and the NES version, in all honesty, they're not the smoothest run. I know that they're not the smoothest run. But still a really good run, in my opinion. I always feel like there is one up in that area. Totally forget that I got this one already until now and leave this area. And simply kill these enemies, see if they give anything. Almost to the goal of 69. Lucky number 69. The Dungeon 9 is, I would say Dungeon 9 is about halfway done at this point. So I mean, the second half of I think I still get lost in both versions, this version and the next, and the American version, that I'm showing you guys. Both versions, I think I still just get lost in, even though I got the map literally sitting to my, no, not right now, but to my right, to my right, I still just get my ass lost because, well, confusion. It's almost like slowpoke. No, not slowpoke. Slowbro. Slowbro? Yeah, I think I think the Pokemon there is Slowbro. I believe. Anyways, it's almost like Slowbro. I'm just gonna call him Slowbro. Came and did his confusion attack on me. Anyways, sit there and I think I enter the dungeon in and forget that I didn't get any sit here and enter and totally forget that. Dumbass, go and get your medicine. It's not this screen, but the next screen up. Now that it clicks. Oh yeah, I left to go get medicine and thankfully Petra is already dead. And yes, it's here. It was during that transition. It was like, oh yeah, medicine. You didn't get it. Exit. Go to the left. Take out those Lionels. Take out these enemies. Make sure you're full of health, and grab some medicine. Got, like I said, it's got the second half of the dungeon to do before the game's done. So if you hadn't noticed, and if you haven't noticed already, in the other 8 dungeons, whenever you get the compass, it marks where the Triforce piece is. Except for here in Dungeon 9. I won't say what. The flashing red light. By the way, I'll try to quickly point out when, but if you're this far and you have photosensitivity where you suffer from epilepsy, and fuck this guy again. Anyways, if you have photosensitivity and you suffer from epilepsy with flashing lights, I will try my best to let you know a couple seconds before, just note that when or try to note that if I forget that when Ganon turns red, you'll need to sit there and if you have this really severe version, a severe version of it, where like even the lightest, and I think this, this one in Metroid, even though that the kind of light, light flashing, that it sits there and still, that it still sits there and might trigger it. When he does turn red, there will be some flashing when you shoot him with the arrow and collect the other piece of the Triforce. I worry about you guys, in that, I don't want you guys to sit here and, here's where I kind of fuck up and go up and not go to the right. You're gonna sit here and see me get lost for a few minutes. Anyways, I don't want you guys to sit there and suffer. If you do, I don't want you guys to suffer an epileptic episode just by watching one of my videos, It's why whenever I sit here and I end, it's why whenever I sit here and end my videos, I always say, that I hope that you guys were able to rest or relax or decompress or whatever, because I want you all to rest. I'd like to have you guys, I like to hope that you guys rest or relax or decompress or whatever, it's why I not only play video games. It's not only why I play video games, but also why I sit here and I do, some older games or newer games or, that like, because like I said, I want to make sure that, not want to make sure, but, sit there and rest and relax and decompress and stuff. The world's a stressful place, it really is. Take the time to sit there and rest or relax or decompress, And yes, I am absolutely fucking lost here. Absolutely. Why? Because, well, I somehow always manage to get lost, and even with a map to my left, I still get fucking lost. Why? Because I'm a dumbass. It's pronounced Dumas. Guy leaves. Man, what a dumbass. If you remember that A&W root beer commercial, points to you. Seriously. Still a funny commercial. Like 30 years later. So, here I think I think here I might have realized where I'm actually supposed to go reading the map. the map to my right here. Yeah. Yeah, I finally, glancing over to the map, I finally had the aha, oh yeah. Got a ferry, so I mean, I can kinda take a few hits here and still have the ferry load me up. I think doing this, I think frees this room up when I'm coming back. However, it doesn't help me with this room. Don't know what is going on with them bubbles. Oh, later, bud. Too short, bud, and there you go. Push this block. Walk around. Go downstairs. Here are the silver arrows again, as per usual. Or don't. Leave. Leave. There you go. Basically go back the way they came. Yeah, took care of these enemies. Can sit there and go back the way it came. If you don't need to take care of those enemies, don't take care of them. Up here, forget about the like. Forget about those likes. Blast a hole into the wall there. To the right, left, to the left. To the left, to the left, to the left. And take out all these fucking whiz robes. Did I mention fuck the whiz robes? If I haven't, let me repeat myself. Fuck the whiz robes. So take the hit, go down the stairs here, go up the stairs there. And got 42, have 42, what do you call it, left? And not that side, dumbass. You're supposed to bomb the wall on the left, on your left. I'm such a dumbass. So that there. Go over, take out the enemies that are going to show up here. As you can see, the silver arrows don't do jack diddly to the likes. Simple enemies. Take the stairs down. Again, as per usual, just any enemy that gets in your way, take out Petra here. And now it is time, after the last little Petra thingy there, and taking out the Petra here, the big Petra there. Link holds up. And there is Ganon up there. There's just no thought behind this. I just, as you can see, I just blindly swipe. And I get to them, I figure, be cautious. Be cautious, use a what do you call it, so that you're not, so when you get hit, you can just, you know, take the abuse. Sit there and keep swipe. I just keep swiping around. And I will say now, when he turns red, for you to, if you have this a really severe epilepsy, photosensitive with epilepsy, and I will say now when he's done. But anyways, as you can see, I am blindly just swipe. Usually you should have your silver arrows loaded up now. Not now. You should have right this second. You again, I'll let you know by saying the NOW word. At this moment, you should have your, right now, you should close your eyes. But anyways, you should have your, oh, it's not that bad. Well, if you want to rewind and it wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as it was on my TV. Anyways, now, anyways, you should have your, at that moment, well, that might have been bad for you guys. I apologize. Anyways, you should have your silver arrows, ready, at least, because those are really what you need to defeat Ganon when Ganon turns red. Anyways, I thank you guys for watching The Legend of Zelda off the Famicom disk system. I hope that you guys were able to rest, relax, decompress, or whatever. If you guys were eating, drinking, or snacking on anything, like I was with my Dipson not Orville popcorn in my Dipson thing I got from a Dipson. I hope that you guys were able to rest, relax, decompress, whatever. If you guys were eating, drinking, or snacking on anything, I hope that tasted great. And until next time, guys, I hope that you enjoyed Legend of Zelda for the Famicom disk system. I shall see you guys next playthrough for the NES version. For the NES version of the Gold Cart of The Legend of Zelda off the NES with another not a smooth run. I'd like to sit here and thank you guys for watching. Seriously, thank you for watching and getting to the end here. I deeply appreciate. As you can see, the what do you call it? Link will have a white sword, which means second playthrough. And well, as always, guys, please, as you can see, my video's done. As always, guys, see ya. And as always, please stay rested.